ska konsumera min.
So here we are setting up for a nice little trip down the Isar. It's just a day trip with light baggage. We've already done some parking lot etiquette, so we're just taking our stuff off here and then we're going to move our car away so that other people can come and unload here. So we have a pack raft with very lightweight equipment. Awesome paddle. This is thank you Cosmo once again for finding the perfect thing. These are my pack raft and expedition kayaking paddles. I have these also with me as backups when I'm tripping with the SUP. And here we have the Cosmo board. This is just wonderful for this. And just take a few things: proper shoes, PFD, neoprene socks. I don't have any other keeping me warm stuff because we're so close to the road and it's a pretty good day. So I'm dressing for the swim. That's always important. You dress for the swim, and I'm pretty happy to swim in this briefly in this kind of water. I want to show you about these fins. This board here has 3 fins, and these are specialist white water fins. You see it's a ramp. This just scrapes off everything, but this does not, so I've taken it out. Little tip for you, this little plate here is the source of much misery because it needs to go in here in a certain way. So what's smart is just pick it up on the pin here, which is kind of what it's for, and then you can slot it in nicely exactly where you want it. Then you put your fin in place. You can indicate quite clearly where you want to be. You can line up, then just quickly take the pin out. Try not to move the plate too much. This will give you some great finger precision. Right, take it out. And then you can line up and do it as usual. So we're getting ready to go. And when you take the pin out as well, when you take the plate out, just put the pin in it. This way also you're not going to lose it. Put the pin in it. Slide it out here. Voila. Okay, getting ready now. This I'll take with me and we'll see. The way I attach this is just a little blow hitch like a kite, and today I've made my figure of 8 knot, and instead of where I usually have my hand here, I want to make it solid. So I've taken the rest here, my other ends, and I'm just tying it around here like this. So you can imagine now what kind of a nice weapon I can make with a bit of paracord and a stick, huh? Okay. Nice and tight. Do the last cord. Put one of them through. Once more around. And through again. Then you can use that one to tie off very powerfully this final part, because it's always the lashing that comes undone. So tie it off and put a nice little knot in it here. If you want, you can put a carabiner on that, but see, that's quite a different thing here. Okay, voila. Yes. We have a concept called river time. Okay, and it's got nothing to do with this, so I'm impounding it. You're officially on river time now. Okay, so gently, smoothly and pleasurably do the next task at 70%.
Yes.
And enjoy working on it and making your boat be perfect. Look at this thing starting to look pretty nice, huh? So we have whitewater backrest from my creek, my old creek. We have its own floor, but what we also have here, the secret weapon, is that the, and you'll see it later, is that we have actually an air mat that fits in it perfectly. So you see here, we have a proper cockpit, fits a spray deck, and it has thigh straps. It's rollable, and then I've also got some more other mods to do to it to make it even better. So you put your heavy stuff in the front here, and we have actually got some other pretty good footage of pack rafting action, whitewater. It's a great thing, weighs 2 kilos. Ultimate ninja boat, but you're going to see and find out about it in the next days. So important things to know how to do. Making use of the dry bag, 1 twist, the hole. So this can also be used for anything inflatable that's broken. It's called the tourniquet method. Elastic band, fold it, tie it off. Okay, it can be a string or whatever, but basically now this is completely airtight. So, tourniquet method of inflatable repair. Paracord on the camera. You can do it. If you have a stick, use a paracord, you can fix anything with it. So now we're enjoying the art of stowing, which is all about, as Ali just nicely put it, having what you need, where you need, when you need it. So we've got water out, for instance, and other things in, and with me it's a little cool river bag here, which is also a rope bag for canyoning. Has an additional little strap here for fixing. Smart way of attaching your throw bag always with you. Okay, so it's quickly deployed, but it's not going to be in the way when you don't need it. Yeah. So, even when the easy water, still doing things in a good way. Okay, getting quite soon ready to go now. There's the river. Super day coming up. So here we are on the river and we're feeling for the rapid. Just feeling for it. Getting to sense, we can't really feel it yet. What we're feeling now mostly is the upwind, the upriver wind, so I'm actually going to have to get a little bit closer before I can even film this.
Shall I go?
Huh?
Shall I go, or?
Yeah, you can. I can come after you. Got it. It's about feeling when the forces are changing. Right now we're still mostly underneath the wind force, but sooner or later, as we come up to this rapid here, it will actually take us. We'll start feeling the rapid as a greater force than the wind. At that point we can engage with it. There we go. There we go. Feeling for it, feeling for it. Paddles are like harness for dragons, but they're also feelers. Okay, they're your feelers. Alright, there goes Ali. Very nice. See? Perfectly happy. There, feeling it nicely. You look at the line, you start to feel it. Like now I'm feeling it, feeling it, feeling it, and now I'm going to... So that was a super awesome ride for Ali in the pack raft over there, and we call that whole concept pointing the dragon. And what you do is that you just point all of your being in the same direction, which is the direction where you want to go. So you look there, you point your hara there, so you come into Kamai, you get on your paddle, you align all your being, you point your hara and everything else in the direction that you want to go. And you go there. And you go there and you complete the technique until you're safe. And the cool thing is then that your body is then free to do the movements that it needs to do to get you there. And it knows way better than your brain does. So you end up making all sorts of cool movements just to be in the flow, and at some point you'll start to feel the river line pulling you. So here, I'm feeling it with my paddle in the water, but you also feel it as you come into a rapid. Suddenly you start feeling the river sucking you, and then you just hook into that feeling with your hara, get connected to your paddle and to your board, and wake your feet up. Have a little dance about, jump about a little bit, make sure you're nice and loose and going. So we're having just a little break here. Also have a quick look at the weather and drink. So I'll just talk to you a little bit about these fabulous paddles. Thank you, Mr. Cosmo, for these. Carbon fiber, very, very, very tough. So actually I'm okay with using them for whitewater touring. Super light carbon shaft, also great. You can think of a zillion things to do with a paddle shaft and a tarp and a boat like this, I'm sure. So there's the Thermarest Neo Air, fits in just nicely. And very important here is about stowing things in such a way that they will not entrap you if you need to leave the boat. Alright, so that's her set up. Me. Cosmo board. Super nice, same as yesterday. The only difference here is that I'm not any neoprene and no guards, but you know, all the stuff. So we're having a drink. And actually just look at the river, because it's beautiful. And it's nice to be out here with your pals and share things and look out for each other all the time. Yeah. Super duper, and then back to the Kamai. Nice, nice, nice. How are you feeling now?
Much better.
Much better. Okay, so I'm going to run along here a little bit. I'm pointing my feet also and getting used to running a line faster and faster. These are great places to practice your footwork. Yeah, point with your eyes. Hold your paddle in a smart way, so that you can get rid of it easily if you need to. But also it's not going to hinder you, and then you might even be able to put it down to help you with your balance. Alright, let's keep it up here out the way and look after it. It's your friend. So, back on the river. Isn't that a fun thing? Yeah, great. So, cautiously, because here we are at a medium distance from our base. At the river we were close, so just by the car. Here we're at medium, it's in our backyard, but we're a little ways out, so I reduce my speed over the rocks and how hard I'm willing to practice appropriately, so everybody has a good time. And I got some buffer if any kind of weird stuff comes drifting downstream, which often it does. So back to the river. Enjoy. So this is getting into the boat. So you're going to let your paddle be over the boat, already set up for paddling. Yep. And you can go ahead and get in the boat now. Right? So just make a balancing beam. There you go. Strong hold on the paddle. Okay. Moment of truth. There you go. And then you get yourself all squared away, get your legs stowed up where you need them. This way you can get out of the boat anytime, very quickly if you need to. Right? Everything good. Right? And then you bring your paddle forward. Yeah, you can just run it around. There you go. Awesome. Okay, that's how you do that. Well done, the alley. I'm gonna help you push off. Okay? Forward, forward, forward. Now downhill. Down. Yes, beautiful. Downhill. Keep going. Paddle forward. Forward. There. Keep going. There. Nice. Nice. Very nice. Super duper. Okay. Good girl. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Go. So we've got a little tiny rapid now, and we're going to feel this thing out with our fingers. So Allie, put your attention in your fingertips. You've got. Okay, so ready to peel into the river? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. What?
Are you going first or am I?
You can if you want.
What?
You can if you want. And I can film you, and that's pretty cool. You keep doing the technique until you're in safety, right? Like yesterday. That means if you get a voice command, you keep doing it until you're in safety, and that means at the shore, or when the person says, good. Yeah? So here you just go forward.
Just go forward.
Yeah, paddle forward. So look downstream, look where you're going.
What?
Look where you're going.
Yep.
And just go forward. Okay. Relax. All right, Ollie. Good. Yeah. Relax. Campion. Woo. Nice. Yeah. That's it. That's the feeling. You did that so good. Yeah? Yeah. We call that pointing the dragon. Lean downhill and point the dragon. Yeah, point the dragon. That's all you gotta do.
I also used the thing Mark Halhuber showed me.
Yeah, the bracing, everything. But the main thing is
changing my focus.
exactly. Look.
Keeping it way downhill.
Exactly, like with skiing.
Like in skiing.
Look where you're going. Put your belly, your hand on your belly briefly. Make sure everything's cool. Also good for climbing. Right. My knot is good. My hara is good. My PFD is good.
Yep.
And then we take a stroke and go for it. Yeah, you were so...
Point your hara where you want to go.
Point the dragon.
Yeah.
So you point with your paddle, you point with your eyes, you point with the nose of your boat, you point with all parts of your being onto this line.
Yeah.
And then at some point, the line, you'll start to find that the line pulls you.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you just go.
Yeah, point your core where you want to go, look there.
And just let your body do it. It knows how to do it. Just keep, and the more hours you paddle, your body will start doing it.
Yep.
So cool, well done that. yeah, 360. Yeah, it's good. Nice. It's gentle. River's nice. Can be gentle.
Exactly. So
I'm in Kamai.
I'm filming. Still. Spit. Soft.
about the strainer. Good. Just trying to get some river sense. It's also about looking at things around you and deciding whether you want any part of it or not. So, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. It depends. Good, good. Yeah. Hey, Allie. Yeah, really good. Well spotted. Yeah, you were very good. Yeah, good girl. That's exactly the kind of thing that you can just happily avoid. And just, you know, that's exactly right. Yeah, you did exactly right. Perfect. Yeah, it's good to practice going backwards. Keep the paddle in the water. Watch out for the little stone bits. Let's see. So we got a nice little riffle coming up. I'll show you. Backwards to a little rapid. Good. Set me backward. Let's see where I want to stop. I just moved the board. Not my feet on the board. What's the board? In relation to my paddle. Oh, right. Alrighty. Okay, very good. Cool. Said Chuzen no Kumai has to mean you can't be dynamic in it, right? Keep presenting the bottom of the board to the water, or you will have an upset. You have to present your armor or what you want to the force. You have to think how are you going to address the force? With which part of your you and your equipment, which is an extension, is going to be engaged in that. Enough blah blah. Battle. Okay, so we're just going to keep the paddle in the water and feel very nicely through the vibrations and what the water is doing with it. Yes, be sweet. Sweet. Good. Very nice. Gentle the boat. Feeling the water. Connecting our feet up. Sensing what's happening. Oh, really swooping and enjoying it smoothly. Yeah, beautiful shapes. Oh, the shapes that this water is making on this board, as I'm relaxed, they come straight into me. I move my limbs around like a physical therapist. I just have to be relaxed and let it do. Super. Leaning on the paddle all the time a little bit for balance and beauty. Nice. Fluid motion. Oh. Beautiful. really crouching down, you might see it in the shadow, hopefully. It's really nice, easy, now slowly sweeping the back heel. Feel it. Oh look, it's a champagne cork. It's a champagne cork of a little frothy bit. Alright, so now you're going to have a little job to do, which is stay in range of my camera.
What?
Stay in the range of my camera.
Okay, I will try.
Yeah, so that's at the same time as doing the raffle, okay? It's an exercise. So not too far ahead and not too far behind. Not too far ahead and not too far behind. You're not in range now. Look at me.
Yep.
Come
How
on.
do I stop?
Backwards paddle. There you go. Backwards paddle.
What?
Backwards paddle. Backwards. Like the swimming yesterday. There you go. Now you're good. Yes. Ah. Yeah, okay, now you get it. Okay, backwards surfing. That's what you're doing now. Surfing the backwards with your girl. Yeah. See? Good. See? Great. Gently deeper. Feel for the nature of the rapid also. So that one, you had a champagne cork that was floating down. It's frothy and you can go anywhere. Ollie,
Yep, I get it.
do it. Maneuver. There you go. A bit more. There you go. Not too fast. Then you pitch. There. Right here, like the champagne cork. Yeah. Yeah. Bit closer.
I need to Remember, the slow strokes work better than fast.
Exactly. If it's going fast, you go slow. So go over here. There you go. Yeah, just use the ferry. Exactly. You can also ferry with the back of your boat, right? Okay, so over it towards me. Come on. Right here. There you go. That's it. Now point in the same direction. Point in the same direction as me. Yeah, I'm going the same speed. Same speed. There you go. There you go. Yeah, just copy exactly the trajectory. Trajectory. Just copy the trajectory. There you go. Good. Exactly the right. Yep. Yep. Stay right there in the position. Good girl. Move it forward. Come on. That's it. Yeah. Okay, good. Yep. Nice. Okay, good. Released. Go where you want. Yeah, but you see, so you learn to maneuver. Because then you can say, if you are in a river where you have to be somewhere, in a certain part of it, because that's where you need to be,
Yeah.
there's false hugs everywhere that want to take you into places where you know you don't want to be.
Yeah.
You have to insist a little bit. You can't change the river, but you can insist where you're going to be on it. With absolutely no question. You decide where on the river you're going to be. And whether you're going to be on the river at all. That's also a decision. Good, alright. Basically, the Germans, like these guys, invented touring, kayaking, lightweight inflatables from the 50s. So anyway, we do a practice with a paddle to help with eye-hand and eye coordination, and especially for your eyes. So basically, what we're going to do is put the eyeball, connect the eyeball. Where are you? Where are you? Oh, here? Are you here? Oh no, here you are. Okay. So we're going to connect the eyeball to the tip of the paddle and just move, let the eyeball move around where the paddle is going. There's several good reasons for that. One is that we want the eyeball to be doing something. We don't want it just to be randomly flitting around for several reasons. One is because that's how we usually use our eyes when we're on the computer, and it's bad for us. So ideally, an automation that follows roughly the paddle stroke makes some nice, long, situationally aware sweeps, which is anyway good. Hello, little butterfly. See, so you get to see everything. Or your eyes are pointing with your whole body at something that you want to engage in. So even your eyes have kamai. Either they're sweeping around deliciously, looking at everything, and that way you're also building up your relaxed situational awareness and making your eye muscles happy, or they're focusing on one particular object or multiples and switching back and forth. Alright. So. What? Why? Let's get it fixed. Like this. Alright, so. Voila. We're good there. No, I probably forgot what I was going to say. Okay, that's it. You just have to kind of take a moment to understand what are all the forces in effect, and when you have things that are beautiful out in the area, and
start to make decisions that improve things. So, and that's also this make nice. So you make decisions that improve things, and you just do that more and more swiftly and solidly, and you execute them by moving from kamai to kamai, and just make things better. Win. Nobody else has to lose. So we're taking a moment to get into kamai for the river.
Can I go do an idiot check?
Yeah, absolutely. Ali's going to go do an idiot check. Leave boat can leave here. Just pull it up in a safe place. There you go. Yeah, or just pull it up on the shore there.
That's what I was going to do.
Yeah. You could. Oh, well, actually no. Just drop it on the bow of my boat here. Just watch the camera. Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. So you see, our teamwork also gets better and better as we work in the boat together and stuff like this. Yeah, it's all good. I'll look after it. Yeah. When you work in the sailboat together, then you start getting better on the river, and as you get better on the river, then you get better on the sailboat, and all these things. So it's about improved decision making and timing. Prioritization things. After Ali's boat here. Just knowing where the parts are, often helpful. So, it's about improved decision making. In the art, of course, if you can get, and in martial concepts in general, also in fighter pilots, if you can get inside the opponent's so-called udla loop, the decision loop, then you win. So the more your movements are automated, the more of your processing power is free to see and make decisions, and then your body enacts them in ways that are semi-automatic, because you're going from kamai to kamai and you're really used to going into kamai from wherever chaos you are. So you get to be a very smoothly functioning. You always have at least the beginning of the movements in the script somewhere, because as soon as you move to a kamai, you have several kata that you know that go from that. So you just start doing whichever one of them seems to be best at the time, and it really actually doesn't matter what, but just take the kata that comes from that kamai and start executing it, and soon you'll see the environment around you changing, and then you can gain information about what is the good thing to do next, and you can always do that in chaotic situations. So this, interestingly, the kamai for when you're stuck in a hydraulic and getting pounded and maybe drowned, go from here to here to here to here to here to here to here, all the time, looking for the rope, but also trying to break out of the structure of the hydraulic and maybe catch some of the faster flowing water that's going underneath, because in this interface between water and air, which is the foam, you can't breathe it, but your life jacket doesn't float in it because it's not dense. So these are dangerous places, these holes, to be in. More or less water mixed with the air, so it becomes a whole nother level of interesting engagement with wind and air and your breath and the water now. And the same with diving, except that there the air is represented by the gas that you're taking on your back, or that you're holding your breath. So anyhow, let's do some more paddling. Ali, ready?
Ready.
Yeah? Happy now? Yeah.
I did my idiot check.
Yeah, did idiot check, stood in kamai for a moment, took in your surroundings. Good.
Took care of cons.
And I just switched it off by accident.
Okay.
So, Ali good to go? So?
Yep, good to go.
Idiot check, kamai.
Idiot check, comms, standing in kamai, getting ready to go, looking around. Yep.
Looking at the equipment.
Yep. Arranging my gear, getting ready to get in the boat.
Awesome. Ready to go play.
Yep.
Alrighty. Cool. Let's do that then. attention.
Oh, there we go. Straight into ferry. How do you like that? Boat has got black belt stripes on it, so if you're really good, you can stand on the black belt stripe. Generally, you can stand anywhere where it's yellow. If you're kind of like a black belt, then you can stand in the black belt areas, but really only Cosmo in his usual bright blue stuff is standing in the bright blue area of the board. So even the decals on the top have meaning. Madness with that guy. He's awesome. So I'm just practicing standing around, moving around on the boat, on the back of the board here. Standing on the two stripes. I'm gonna do this. Around. Alright, there we go. So, smoothly standing and spinning around. Right. Changing the weight. Changing the angle. Stowing and spin down. Forward. Not moving my feet, okay? But moving the board like I was moving my feet on the bottom. So I'm just taking the weight on my paddle. Here. So it's super exciting okay? So you can do a different thing. You can take one foot at the back here and bring one foot a little bit forward, and it has a different feeling. Like this. Ooh. Alright. This is much more one-sided, so you have to adjust your balance again. Alright, here we go. See the feet, let's see, hopefully. And now, yeah, you get up there, upside down, but who cares? Okay, different feelings on the board. Now it's a flat section. I want to take it easy a little bit now, so look around a bit, see what Allie's doing. There she is. Hi Allie. Hello. Hello. Yeah, we'll just go right here. I wasn't paying attention. But it's a great example of, first of all, paying attention, but secondly also just precise maneuvering to just avoid that stuff. And if you can do it in this little water, then you can do it in the big water. So it's high skill, but low consequence. Like that. High, relative medium speed. Bit? Yeah. Maybe. Oh. Doesn't matter. Okay, so close them now. Close them. Close your eyes now.
What?
Close your eyes. Paddle a bit. Paddle with your eyes closed. There you go. Yeah, with your eyes closed, keep paddling. Cool. Okay, open them. Cool. Okay, do that once in a while.
Can I get over on your side?
Good plan. It has no real hazards in the whole first section of it. Means if you line up really well, you can actually go down maybe 5 or 6 seconds before you're going to start getting too overwhelmed and you open your eyes. See how long you can keep them shut.
What?
See how long, so go into the top of it, maybe pick a nice line, go into the top of it, and then
close your eyes.
Close your eyes and paddle, feel with the boat and just paddle forward.
Okay.
And just, you know, as soon as you start really wanting to open them, just open them. It's like holding your breath.